I always thought it would have been like a 1 in a million case study to get a 6,000 view video as like one of your first videos.
For you specifically, like what have you noticed that YouTube has had like an impact on the rest of the funnel?
It's impacting the rest of the funnel a ton. They find you naturally, it's like absurd. They kind of view you as like a mega authority.
Besides recording, I guess, like how much time are you spending on the process in general?
Pretty much zero. Literally all the time is just sitting down to record video.
Say someone's on the fence about working with us, what would be your piece of advice for them?
I have friends that I keep telling to sign up with you, and I think some of them will soon. They have like 99 videos or like 150 videos out there, and they're all getting like 20, 30 views a video. There's just a difference when we have like 20 videos and we have more views than their entire channel.
Hey, what's going on? So I'm here with one of our clients, Adam, and I kind of just wanted to hop on, talk through some results. We've been working together for the past probably like 5 months now, I think. But yeah, Adam, why don't you kind of just kick things off by like introducing yourself, what you guys do, and who you primarily help?
Sure. Yeah. So I run a SaaS SEO agency. We work with B2B SaaS companies in the growth stage and just startups as a whole up to like enterprise level, but mainly in the growth stage. But we help book them more demos, get them more SQLs through SEO content. And we do it completely done for you. And yeah, just strictly focus on organic SEO.
Nice. And we'll kick it way back, I guess, before we started working together. Like what made you even interested in looking at hopping onto YouTube in the first place?
I saw mainly one of my competitors. He has more of like a personal brand. There's other competitors that don't really have a personal brand. They're like, no one knows who their founder is in the SEO agency specifically for SaaS space. And this guy, his MRR was spiking a lot, and he said a lot of it was attributed to YouTube. I also saw like the way I got into the agency world and like the SaaS SEO agency world. Like, you know who the guy is, but he got me into it, and he has a huge personal brand on YouTube as well. So kind of just realizing that I need to be kind of an authority in the space, especially, you know, nowadays a lot of people kind of get washed by because AI, things can automate, you know, like agency processes a lot easier. But if you have like a personal brand, you have an audience, you have authority, you know, you're going to be all right. You're going to do just fine. And probably the easiest way to get that authority on any social platform is with YouTube. I always heard this from like Fazio and other people. Like people digest hours of your content on YouTube. Imagine that versus like LinkedIn. They're consuming like a quick post. Versus, you know, someone who has watched 10 hours of you or 20 hours of you, they're going to convert. They're going to think you're an authority. So all of those things wrapped together.
Yeah, 100%. That's like the example that I use all the time. It's like compare YouTube to like even like ads. You got like 1 minute maybe in an ad, even though it's a video, compared to a YouTube video where you could have 10, 20, I think some of our videos are even like 30 minutes long. It's like the amount of trust that you build in that is just insane. And then for you specifically, like what have you noticed that YouTube has had like an impact on the rest of the funnel?
Yeah, it's impacting the rest of the funnel a ton, not just by my manual work. So like me, you know, spreading the YouTube videos in like email letters, sending it to people. It's like just really good as kind of lead ammo, I would say. That's on the manual side, but then on the like automated side, people do their research when they're like in your funnel, and I definitely notice, like especially when they find you naturally on YouTube, not just when they're like naturally, you know, going around maybe on your website, there's a link to your channel or something. When they find you naturally, it's like absurd. They're like, oh my gosh, this is the guy I was talking to. And they kind of view you as like a mega authority because they're like, I found you in 2 different places. Organically on YouTube, and you know, maybe you outreach to me or I found you in an ad or something. So yeah, 100% it like helps the rest of your funnel like crazy. I've noticed it.
And I know we closed like I think it was 1 deal so far, but then relative to just like the sales calls in general, like have you noticed people getting on call and being like talking about the YouTube channel, or what are you seeing on that front?
Yeah, it's pretty similar to if you have a longer form VSL, but I would say it's even more accelerated than that. So like in the past, every time we hop on a sales call, they watched our 20-minute VSL. It's not even like that long a form. I've seen like way longer ones, but they always come like super qualified. And they're like, they understand everything. Like they're almost like an expert on the topic. And you have like a really highly intelligent conversation. YouTube pretty much does the same thing, but for, again, the authority side of it. So what I've noticed is anyone who does see a YouTube video or has like scrolled through the content, even like looked at the YouTube page, maybe they didn't even watch a video, they just see that we have all the videos out there. They definitely come to the call like viewing me as much more of an authority. And then like almost like they kind of submit a little bit more in the sales process. And let me lead the sales process, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more sold on SEO as a whole.
Yeah, 100%. Something we see across like a lot of our clients. It's just like the sales process like speeds up a bit. Like the sales cycles are faster. People are just more aware of like the problems, and obviously that's the main goal of YouTube. Besides like booking calls from the platform, and then
Yeah.
before you were on YouTube, but where were you getting most of your leads, and like what did I guess client acquisition look like?
Pretty much just cold email and ads. Yeah, those are really the only two things.
And you're still running them like right now, right?
Yeah, both are doing. They're both pretty steady, and yeah, YouTube's only just like fueling that, so that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's another thing that we see with like clients. It's like their ads will perform better mainly because, you know, they're having something like YouTube in the marketing ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, just because even if they're not getting directly on the call like today, like they might go from your ads to your YouTube and then all of a sudden you send them like a cold email. So it's definitely a good way to like tie everything together. I kind of see it as like a bottom of funnel, like nurturing mechanism almost, where it's like speeding up everything else and kind of like improving the process. As for you, like why not like double down on something where it's like send cold email, run more paid ads? Why did you decide to like add in another channel rather than just like double down on those ones?
They're pretty tough to double down on, so it's a lot harder than. Also, there's like an urgency behind YouTube that I was like, I'm gonna have to do this at some point.
Yeah.
So like as soon as I can just afford that extra retainer and pay you guys, because if I'm like I'm in the SEO world. YouTube's pretty for the SEO world. I think they're both something you should outsource because there's just a level of quality that, you know, it takes a lot of time unless you're going to do it in-house with a lot of spend and build a production team or something like that, or a content team with the SEO side of things. So I was like, okay, I gotta dish out a retainer to somebody. I really liked the results and stuff you got, and I know a lot of guys that you worked with. So I was like, as soon as I can afford that, I'm just going to hit it right away because I know I got to do it at some point. And I could put the extra spend into cold email, but like that sometimes breaks as you increase spend. You know, ads break all the time when you increase spend. You need to like duplicate a ton of ad creatives or, you know, increase that ad creative flow or volume. Yeah. But then I was like, I might as well just be on the starter plan of YouTube, which we did start with. You know, we started with like a lower plan and then double that as that increases. So like I can have everything on its starter plan and then double. But yeah, it's more of like an urgency thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like the same as you, like as someone who also runs an agency. Like I like hiring other agencies. Like it always surprises me that people will like run an agency and they're like, oh, we don't want to hire an agency, or like we don't like working with agencies. It's like doesn't make any sense. And I think it's more just like if you want speed of implementation and you don't want to like have to spend months, if not years, like becoming good at something, it's like work with an agency, you know, get things up to speed and then double down either by doing stuff yourself or, you know, doubling down with the agency specifically.
Yeah, I barely have time to record the video, so I don't know how I would do the rest of it. I mean, we were just talking right before this about the we had to like do something with the publishing. Like I don't even know how to publish the YouTube video. Like I just don't want to think about any of that, and it's honestly so much better and the results are really good. So
yeah, it makes sense. And then relative to that, like over the past few months, I guess like what has impressed you the most or what has like stood out the most relative to like the service that we provide?
Within the service, I mean, the consistency is really good. That stood out to me a lot, like getting very consistent, you know, like everything's consistently edited on in the same time frame. The scripts come out on a very consistent schedule. All that has definitely stood out to me. Other than the results itself, I mean, I always thought it would have been like a 1 in a million case study to get like a 6,000 view video as like one of your first videos, stuff like that. Get a ton of subscription or subscribers. See, I don't even know like the YouTube lingo. Besides all of those great results, definitely just like the kind of quality of the entire administrative process, I would say.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's good to know because that's like something we focus on a ton. Is just like when it's a very deliverable heavy business, like we have the scripts, we have the thumbnails, we have the edits. It's like the production line needs to be really dialed so things are coming in at like the right time, and you know we make sure that scripts are multiple days before recording. Once it's recording, we got the exact days that we want to plan for editing. So it's good to know that like that's something that you're seeing on your end as well. And then for the scripts or just overall time that you're spending, like how much besides recording, I guess, like how much time are you spending on the process in general?
Pretty much zero. At this point, just even in the beginning, I didn't really do this much, but I just kind of skim over the script and they're pretty much good every single time. I think I've only put on ever one comment out of like the 20 scripts we've done so far or whatever. But literally all the time is just sitting down to record the video. Like the only time I spend on YouTube, besides watching the video sometimes, is like hitting the record button and hitting the record button off. That's really it.
Yeah, it's good to know. Because a lot of agencies, they'll, I don't know if you've like ever worked with anybody else on the content side of things, but they'll just do like an intro and then like just like bullet points and then like an outro, and that's literally it. And then the person, like I've talked to people, they have to spend an hour like prepping the video or 2 hours prepping the video. But yeah, that's like another thing we focus on is how can we make it as hands off as possible for you? And what we found is like a lot of word for word scripting, as you know, and then, you know, some bullet points too to lead you in the right direction and just like give you some guidance on what to show on the screen, which I found to be kind of the best of both worlds. But that's pretty much all I got for you. If you were to give, say someone's on the fence about working with us, what would be your piece of advice for them?
If you're committed, like if you want to start YouTube, there's definitely a lot of options in the space. I've been pitched so many times by YouTube agencies, but like there's just a difference in the quality that you guys output. It's always like consistently extremely high quality. I don't know if there's anyone else like that. You guys have a very unique style as well. So what I'll tell the person is just like, you could definitely trust the quality. You could trust that you're going to get like really good results really fast. And then probably the best thing on the back end is that there's a strategy that goes behind this. So you're not just like finding hot topics that might get some views or whatever. You have like a funnel strategy. You have top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel strategy that goes into it. And you care about like conversions and things like that. So there's the quality factor, the strategy factor that I think surpassed, like I have friends that I keep telling to sign up with you, and I think some of them will soon, which you know a lot of them. They have like 99 videos or like 150 videos out there, and they're all getting like 20, 30 views a video. There's just a difference when we have like 20 videos and we have more views than their entire channel and more subscribers and everything.
It's wild to me. People will spend literally years sitting at like 50 subscribers. It's like, man, it's crazy.
I would just say, like in one sentence, in short, like you just said, like instead of spending all that time and all that energy and focus or whatever, like you can just get to the highest level of quality. And I literally think you guys are at the highest level of quality. I don't think there's like a higher, unless you're doing like in-person videos or whatever. Like in the B2B space, there's not a higher level production quality that you guys can put out. So if you want to just skip to that right away, I would say you guys are the way to go.
Yes, sir. Sounds like a no-brainer to me.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the kind words, and we'll keep it rolling on the YouTube side of things. But that's all I got for you.
Sounds good. All right, thanks, Brandon.
All right, man. I'll see you.